to a Robin Banks Productions, baby.
Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. Move the sticks, first down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the bars, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done. Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done.
Yeah, you know what it is, baby. It's your host, Filthy Rich. It's the motherfucking Underground Sports Show, baby. We always live. Call into the show 412-407-2744. Talk yo sports, talk yo shit. Yeah. Yep, you know what it is. It's the Underground Sports Show, baby. Late night sports talk, because that's what we do around here, you know what I'm saying? Guess for sure, I got some NBA tonight. We got the Western Conference Championships. Even got some Pirates news, not much, but got some Pirates news. Maybe talk about some rookies tonight, man. We all over the place, man. It's Tuesday, freestyle day for me, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm in the building, yeah. Yup. Cheers, baby. Yeah. Underground Sports Show. Call into the show once again, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Once again, it's your host, Filthy Rich, man. Appreciate you if you're here for joining the show. And you know how I do, man. I get straight into it, man. Tonight, man, hey, I expected a lot more out of the NBA tonight, but we had our Western Conference Championship. But, man, Minnesota got their ass towed up. Now, they was busting them up in the first half. It was all good. Got to the crib towards the end of the first half, and I'm like, okay, Minnesota came to play. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, OKC wore them out. And that was pretty much it, man. It was like you could sense it if you seen it right before the half. You can sense it. Minnesota just started fucking it up, turning over the ball, lost concentration in the game, and you just can't afford to do that against OKC. They got too many bodies, man, and they always going to do what they do, man. They ain't going to slip up too much. At one point in the first half, Minnesota was up by 9, and before you knew it, in the third quarter, OKC was up by 9. They never let it go at home. Oklahoma City has always been a hard place to play in, man. All the way back from when Kevin Durant and the threesome was there. They just was always loud, man. They always had good spirit in that town, and they've been wanting the champion for a long time, man. And they look real good this year. So that home crowd kicked in. Wind up blowing them out like what? 114-88 was the final score? Let me see. Yeah, I believe it. Yep, 114-88. They outscored them 32-18 in the third quarter and 38-22 in the fourth quarter. So they just wore them down, man. They wore them down, and that's not, Minnesota could have, they stole every other first game, every other upset series they've won so far. So, they ain't been used to that this year. They was in this game last year, and I was saying it last night, like maybe they got the experience up on SGA and OKC. And hey, the experience didn't kick in the second half, I'll tell you that shit. I think I missed the injury on Anthony Edwards, though. I heard he sat down for a minute in the first half, came back out and played, but not really sure if that was bothering him much in the second half. But I don't know, lackluster there. My Pirates won tonight, though. Now they my Pirates. They got a W, you know what I'm saying? They won 1-0. God damn it, I ain't seen no highlights, no nothing. I just seen the score. Pirates win 1-0, you know what I'm saying? I know Paul Skeens wasn't in the mound. He deserved a win like that. He lost 1-0 the other day. But yeah, Pirates beat the Reds, who's a decent team. I think the Reds was 25-25. That's their record. Yeah, they beat them 1-0 tonight. So, you know, that's probably one of them flugazy-ass baseball games. Somebody probably lost some money on that because I would bet on the Pirates to lose every game. But yeah, they probably lost some money on that. And also hockey, Florida Panthers, defending champs, blew out the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. Tomorrow, I think the Dallas Stars play, who will they play? The Edmonton Oilers. It's wild in hockey this year, though, man, because what I noticed is, man, I mean, hockey, first of all, it's a summer sport. You really don't think about it like that because they out there on the ice, but, you know, the prime time of hockey is right now. Summer's coming up. You know, these series get long in hockey, so it'll last into at least into most of June, right? The Stanley Cup. And when I looked at the 4 teams in the NHL Final Four, it's 3 hot weather teams. You got Florida, Carolina, and Dallas against a Canadian team in Edmonton. And I just thought that was wild just looking at that, how, you know, Florida's been good for a while. The Hurricanes been good for a while. That's Carolina. And the Dallas Stars, they always been good ever since they was like the North Stars or whatever. They always been, you know, but I just always thought that was weird. Hockey teams in warm towns, but look like, hey, they dominate right now. And they fans usually show up too. I know the Florida Panthers, they got big fans. So do the Carolina Hurricanes. Shoot, Dallas North Stars too. But yeah, Panthers punished them boys tonight. That's it on hockey, man. Moving on real quick. Micah Parsons gets paid. Big time, right? Micah Parsons got him a big old check. Let's see where that's at. I got the news on that here coming up. Here we go. Micah Parsons. Breaking. Dallas Cowboys are signing all-pro offensive linebacker outside linebacker Micah Parsons to a 5-year, $203 million extension that includes $147 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL history. My question is, does Micah Parsons deserve to be the highest player in history? Highest paid player in history, other than the quarterback, of course, but damn. That's what make it sound crazy. We knew he was going to break bread. We knew he was going to get paid. But damn, they had to get that deal done before the season, before camp. They didn't want him holding out. They didn't acquire George Pickens. They had them a decent draft. They had them a decent free agency. I think the Cowboys is up on an uprising. They didn't want no problems, no distractions going into the season. Now, usually Jerry Jones is cheaper than a motherfucker, but he wasn't going to be cheap with Micah Parsons. Don't do that. It wasn't worth it. Micah Parsons is worth all the money. But he does disappear here and there. But that's what that's what you get out of a pass rusher. That's what we're complaining about with TJ Watt right now. He'll disappear here and there. But that offense is going to key on him and make sure he don't hurt him. So your other players got to step up. For sure. So him and Myles Garrett get big money. I still think TJ Watt's better than him, man. Last night, me and Who the GOAT went back and forth a little bit on who, is TJ want that $41 million, but I know he said he don't want it. But now that he's seeing this, once again, he don't watch Myles Garrett get cheese. Now he's looking at Micah Parsons get cheese. And that's what? About 20... that's about, what, 45 million? What's that, 5? Yeah, about, yeah, 50 million a year? No, not a 5-year deal. That ain't 50. That's more about around 40. But yeah, it's big money. It's big cheese. Michael Parsons with the big deal, $203 million. Does he deserve to be the highest paid player in the league? Who's up next? Like I said, T.J. Watt gotta be begging for next. He's just too old to get that type of money, bro. He's too old to get that type of money. Ain't no way. I can't see it. Steelers ain't gonna do that. They'll trade him before they do that. For sure, man. But all right, question of the day. It's a question of the day, man, because it's a lot of this shit right here, man. This shit right here. RG3 versus RC. That's what everybody's talking about right now. Who was right and who was wrong. Now you let me know who you thought was right and who you thought was wrong. But I just want to show y'all a few things and really break it down on how it went down, and I'll express my feelings on it as I go, I guess. You know what I mean? But I just thought it was kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get into, RG3's original statement. And this whole beef was basically over Caitlin Clark, right? And of course, Angel Reese. Really over Angel Reese, for real. But I guess you could say Caitlin Clark initiated the whole thing. But here, let's play the video real quick, all right? So, here we go.
WNBA is looking into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese after her...
Now, I definitely feel like that's shady. The hateful fans, you know what I'm saying? Fans gonna get rowdy, we all know. Fans gonna go hard.
Chicago Sky's matchup with Caitlin Clark in the Fever on Saturday display. Clark slapping at the ball as Reese grabbed the board, sending her to the floor. Sparked brief confrontation. Clark got a flagrant one. Both players dismissed the issue as a good basketball play. Reese, though, was booed loudly.
Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. If you don't know, let me inform you about what happened. Caitlin Clark committed a hard foul on Angel Reese as she was wide open for a free, easy layup. Routine play. The type of play that every single one of us, every one of you that's watching, has heard your coach tell you, hey, we're going to give them no easy points, no easy baskets in the paint, baby. And then what do? You make sure that you go and you get a foul when you know that the offensive player has a free lane to the basket. Now, before I get to why Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark fully, let's talk about the play itself. The one thing people are not talking about on that play, which my wife so eloquently stated to me earlier, was that Caitlin Clark was actually reacting to a foul that should have been called on Angel Reese against the Lily Boston.
We're Phoenix Energy, a family-owned oil company, folks.
Commercial. But yeah, hey, for real, I think that's right there is the part I think people don't like a lot. This whole image right here with her sitting in the background, right? As he's talking about an African-American woman in a certain light, right? As being hateful. He says she hates Caitlin Clark. But we all know in sports, man, people hate each other all the time, right? It don't matter what color you is. If I don't like you, I don't like you. Shouldn't matter what color you are. But for some reason today, everything's just, seem to be about race. If they can find a way to make it about race, seem like that's what goes down. My bad, hold up. Let me hit it back a couple seconds.
Caitlin Clark was actually reacting to a foul that should have been called on Angel Reese against the Lily Boston. Previously, when you see they cut off the play early, Angel Reese actually shoves Lily Boston in the back to get a rebound. We've all played basketball. You know when you shove somebody in the back, the ref's gonna blow the whistle and call the foul. Well, the ref didn't call the foul. So Caitlin Clark is sitting there with her hands up like, You're going to call that? So then, yes, she went and fouled Angel Reese to prevent her from having the easy basket, but Caitlin Clark actually fouled Angel Reese because she was trying to take up for her teammate, Aaliyah Boston. So I don't know why no one's even talking about that, but I do know why they're talking about the aftermath of the foul, which, by the way, was a routine, you gotta make them earn it foul. It was not a flagrant foul with the intent to hurt somebody. And not only that, Angel Reese acted like she wanted to win an Oscar. I got nothing against any of these women's basketball players. They're all super talented. But if we're going to talk about them, we have to talk about them like we talk about any other sport, like the NBA. When we see a guy flop, we call it out. Angel Reese flopped on that play. But let's go ahead and talk about a tweet that I put out that went absolutely nuclear. So after watching the play, I tweeted out, after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue to lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. The reason I said that is because when somebody that you don't like says something to you, you automatically always take it to the most extreme. You always automatically say, oh, they meant to harm me with that statement. But if your friend or somebody you're cool with made that very same statement, none of us would be so quick to run to judgment to say, oh, that was negative. We would question what it was. We would react differently. So why do I...
All right, so my look on it from here is RG3 was definitely talking about sports, right? The only part he really wasn't talking about sports was when he got to the hate part, right? He said hate, you know, she hates her. And not in just the basketball hate. And I was just saying about, you know, people hate people all the time on the court like that, you know, and then they turn to not really like them, you know what I'm saying? They used to hate Isaiah Thomas like a motherfucker. Isaiah Thomas hated everybody motherfucking else. Jordan hated a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Barkley hated a whole bunch of dudes. They hated each other. So where they threw blows, where they wouldn't let Isaiah on the fucking Olympic team because they ain't like that motherfucker. So yeah, they be hating people. Men have hated people. So he just feels like she hates her. But he went over the edge just a teeny bit talking about, you know, more than on the court. But I mean, sometimes it can be like that. And he didn't really have to go there all the way like that. You know what I mean? On the off the court tip. But most of his comments was about sports. I'm gonna watch a little more.
I think Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. It could be the fact that Aaliyah Boston had the same Angel Reese from ending her career. This is a still shot. After the foul that Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore. Because she was going to sucker punch Caitlin Clark. Now you tell me a time when you've seen somebody get fouled on a basketball court in a professional league where they tried to almost sucker punch somebody that they were friends with because of a hard foul. I've seen LeBron James get fouled by Dwayne Wade. And they're buddies, but it was a hard foul.
All right, so yeah, he basically keeps going on about it. You know what I mean? And he gets into basically how, you know, it was just sports. And he feels like she overreacted. And if her girl wouldn't have helped her, hey, that's his opinion. You know what I'm saying? You could look at it a different way, like, nah, she was real with it or whatever like that. But I don't know about that. Because when you look at some other images of Angel Reese getting fouled, it don't look like that, right? It don't look like that. So here we go, back last year. Y'all remember this.
Mabry looking for three. Book it.
Oh, she got shoved right there. Girl Dogger onto the ground. Let's turn this down a little bit. Hey, y'all seen Girl Dogger on the ground, right?
Mabry looking for
Gonna
three.
post her up. Ooh, hit her with the extra elbow. Get your big ass down. Andrew Reese, you know, barely getting up. Crowd's kick. She's pushing her again. Now, Angel Reese ain't reacted yet. Another post up. Came in and hacked her. Okay, so where you at, Angel? I'm not trying to clown Angel or nothing, but I mean, it's just a different reaction than it was when Caitlin Clark fouled you. Boom! Everybody remember that. Now, you know, hey, that's basketball when it get gritty. Everybody want to say female basketball is just as good as men's basketball, it's just as good as exciting. Hey, they getting down to the nitty gritty like the fellas do. The fellas, you know, used to. You gotta, if you want to build it up, you gotta start with the roots. NBA wasn't always this friendly shit that it is right now. There was, when it was built, when the foundation was built, it was gritty like that. So she gave her that work, and you know what I'm saying? Where's the same energy at? So she laying on the ground right there. Where's the same energy?
And now they're going to review the last sequence. We're going to have a look at it here. Remember, this is after she went down initially. That was the first time she went down.
She was banging her.
Wasn't able to get back into the play defensively. Then the arm from Alyssa Thomas.
Definitely not cool though. But for whatever reason, she don't like Angel Reese. But where was the smoke at? So maybe that's a little bit of what just RG3 was talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's all. To me, that's all I really see. And the reaction from RG3, which all of y'all probably know by now what it was, you know what I'm saying? He came out as his character in some way. And definitely mentioned his wifey. So here go that video right here, just to keep pace.
Moved in to being able to read the expressions of a person and know their intent, know their character, know their perspective. But he does understand hate because I think he also understands the hate of self. But he does understand hate because I think he also understands the hate of self.
Y'all hear that? He understands hate. Let me run back a little bit more.
But he does understand hate because I think he also understands the hate of self. When you look at the play, which is all we could.
What does that mean? First of all, let me just stop right there, right here. I'm gonna just tell you what I just be thinking about Ryan Clark. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Clark just been talking too goddamn much lately. That's just my opinion. And I know it's his job to talk. But what I mean by talking too much is just saying shit you shouldn't be saying. Just my opinion. And I'm gonna tell y'all that before I play any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. Some things just don't need to be said. Out loud, at least.
Can speak to as professionals, all we speak to as analysts. Angel Reese pushed one of her teammates. Caitlin Clark had a hard foul, which is part of basketball. I feel like it was assessed correctly. And Angel Reese's reaction is the sort of reaction you get in a situation when you feel like you took an intentionally hard foul. That's
okay, so Where was that smoke when the other girl did that to her? That's all RG3 was saying. I watch sports. I do my homework. I remember when it was somebody else, and you ain't do that. So I feel like you got some different type of smoke for Caitlin Clark. That's that man's opinion. And to attack him like he did,
rivalry.
that was
That's
cool.
hate.
Should have kept
And
it
so now, though, when RG3 jumps on to the hate train or to the angry train, and now follows along with what we saw from Keith Olbermann, what we saw from Dave Portnoy, as they poured on to Angel Reese to make her the villain in Caitlin Clark's heroic or hero story. The one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversation at his home about what black women have to endure in this country, about what young black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom. No, when you look at it, I think A'ja Wilson is the face of the league. A'ja Wilson is the best player in the league. Caitlin Clark is the most important player in the WNBA. And a ton of her fandom has come along with some racial bias or some racial pieces to why people love her so much. And so now, if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? You haven't been able to do that because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women.
Hey, yo. Is that disrespectful? Or am I tripping? I mean, no matter if you feel like he's right or wrong, do you cross that line and talk to a man like that in a public forum? Is that what you're supposed to do? Instead of just saying it to that man's face too. Like how you gonna tell him what he talk about in his home? Now, you challenge his wife, but he do got me, RG3, same complexion as me. You gotta have a black mom, you gotta have a dad somewhere, you probably got a black aunt, you probably got a black sister. So you gonna tell me because of one part of my life, which happens to be the person I plan to spend the rest of my life with, just because she might be one color, I don't know what's going on? And you put her name in it. Why you worried about my wife? Why you talking about my wife? Don't even open that door, Ryan Clark. And that's what I mean by talking too much. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else kept it on the court. He went off the court. Now RG3 went off the court a little bit with the hate, but that actually really does happen. You don't know what that man does behind closed doors, or who he knows, or who he grew up around. But that's just me, because it ain't, you ain't always got to make it about race. And that's just where he went to. And that's why everybody think he's race baiting in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be, definitely got to focus on what black women and what they went through and stuff like that. But what that got to do with what he's talking about? You didn't even have to say nothing to RG3. You could have just made your comment on it, and that was it. So what? You think he's the only black dude that think she hates him? Hates her? I don't even care. I never even fucking thought about it. But you think he's the only one? There could be a dude that's married to a black woman that think he hate Caitlin Clark. Or she hate Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm trying to say. Come on now. To me, it's just, you don't bring nobody's wife into nothing, man. You don't. And that's pretty much what RG3 was talking about.
RG3, and I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys because there's been a lot of buzz, a lot of conversations about my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, which was purely based on basketball. But I think all of you know there's a line in life that you just simply don't cross. Wives and children are always off limits. And Ryan Clark has sprinted past that line. Ryan Clark didn't like my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And that's fine. It's okay. It's part of the game. Sports media, I'm going to have an opinion. This person might not agree with it. That person might not agree with it. But what you don't do is turn around and personally attack me and my family just because you don't agree with a sports opinion that is purely based off the sport. I didn't make it personal. But what that really shows is just how low of a person Ryan Clark is. But Ryan,
if you've got pink salt, apple cider vinegar, and baking soda in your kitchen and you're not using this recipe yet,
cross the line, man. You made it personal. And
So RG3 pretty much felt like he took it personal when you bring somebody's wife up and what they talk about in their house and what they don't talk about in their house is the same thing. I don't think it's cool. But I'm asking you, RG3 versus Ryan Clark, who was right, who was wrong? Hey, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me something that, you know, I didn't see. I gotta support your peoples. I'm definitely down for that. But when it's time to just keep it sports, just keep it sports. I don't think you gotta attack somebody's character or what they do in their house. It's like when you arguing with somebody about sports and they start calling you or anything. You could be talking about a conspiracy theory, whatever, you know, anything, history, and motherfuckers start calling you all types of stupid. They use a dumb motherfucker. You don't know what you're talking about. And now they don't got no more rap for you. You know what I'm saying? They gotta attack your character because they don't got no more argument. So that's what dudes, when they lose in an argument, that's what they do. They some cats will try to attack your character. You know what I'm saying? That's they try to get back. You know what I'm saying? It's childish though. For real. You should be able to debate about something and not have to go there and agree to disagree if you got to. For real. But yeah, Ryan Clark just be tripping sometimes, man. Like I said out there, think he be talking too much. You know, he even had to apologize to the Steelers real quick. Let's take a look at that, man. Let's take a look at that. Ryan, like I said, he be talking a lot. I got a little bit of proof here. But now, this is like backwards talking a lot too much. All right, come on.
I'm disappointed in myself today. This morning, you know, I wasn't supposed to work, but I found out that George Pickens was going to be traded to the Dallas Cowboys. And immediately, my group think and my thought was, damn, somebody so talented, they must be tired of dealing with the personality. And I fell into the same thing that all the people who actually don't know this kid falls into. And I also felt like I slighted George and I slighted Mike T. Mike T, who doesn't run away from coaching. Mike T, who doesn't run away from grooming. Mike T, who doesn't run away from bringing players along. It almost was like I said he gave up on a player. And George Pickens, who I've talked to, I've had conversations, I've been around. Someone who does have a good spirit, someone who does have good energy, somebody who honestly is a good dude. Now, there are things that when you watch the film or when you watch the games, you have to be able to assess and say that can't happen. You have to be able to assess and say you can't do those things and be a leader. You can't do those things and continue to help a team to build. But for me to jump to the conclusion right away, that was the reason he's no longer there, that's unfair to the organization I love and to a player I admire.
No, it's not. You're in the media. What are you talking about? You judged it how you seen it, how everybody else in Pittsburgh, they know what it is. The damn city was telling them, get rid of this dude. What are you talking about? You was perfectly right. Now you talking too much again. Apologizing? For what? Talking about sports? Now you apologizing for the shit you supposed to be doing. That's the part that got me tripping about this. And this was about a week ago I seen this. I'm like, huh? I really don't understand this. Like, he's trying to say that, oh, maybe it was for football reasons. Everybody in the world know that we didn't trade George Pickens for football reasons. Or the budget, or none of that shit. Shit, 30, 40, 50% of Pittsburgh wanted to keep his ass because of the talent. We know he's there. Yeah, he don't run it's the small shit. He ain't running routes and all that shit like that. Mike Tomlin ain't feel like dealing with his ass no more. You're exactly correct. And this is the same dude that was trying to keep AB from getting his bread at the time for being the same type of guy that he assumed George Pickens is, which we all know is true. It's not even an assumption. George Pickens be proving it. So, I just don't understand Ryan Clark. That, like I said, that was only a week ago. He apologized and shit. And then, he's saying stuff on First Take too, like, Mike Tomlin, need to step down, and I knew Shedeur Sanders wasn't going to get drafted. No, not new, but they was never going to pick him in in any round. He said even if it was the 7th round, they wasn't picking Shedeur Sanders. And didn't even have no answer for it. Molly and Stephen A. Smith's like, why would you say that? He's like, I'm just saying, I know it don't make football sense, but I'm just telling you, they wouldn't have. I got my sources. What sources? How you know that? What if they was really just waiting for the 6th round to get their quarterback? And if Shedeur would have fell to the 6th, like Cleveland waited to the 5th, they all thought he was going to fall. We were fooled. You were one of the ones that kind of fooled everybody. Now, no matter if we think he's a better quarterback than that or not, doesn't matter. I seen Tom Brady at Michigan. I thought he was real fucking good. I didn't think he was going to go that late in the draft, but he did. Now, was his career different? Of course. He didn't have the numbers and all that, but I literally seen talent. And you can do that. You don't got to get the guy with all the stats. There's been plenty of dudes without a whole lot of stats that got drafted. You just watch Tyler Shock. The boy ain't got no numbers. Ain't got no numbers. But they seen some talent. I ain't saying they right. I'm just telling you, that's their evaluation. But yeah, back to Ryan Clark, man, he just be talking too much. To me. I mean, the pivot, the show's cool and all that like that. I mean, Ryan Clark been on TV for a while, but maybe he just, tripping a little bit right now, man. I ain't the only one tripping. A lot of people kind of been, chiming in on it. For real. Here's Le'Veon Bell on Clark, man. Ryan Clark's running around because now, they got people calling for his head at ESPN. They should fire him because he's race baiting or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's coming down. So he blocking people, right? So, he done blocked Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell's like, yo, LOL, damn, what'd I do? I thought your smoke was for RG3. You know what I'm saying? So he laughing at him. That's an old teammate laughing at him. And what you blocking for? What you seen? He must have seen stuff on. I don't even know how the little Twitterverse work. I don't be fucking with it. I ain't gonna front, but for whatever reason, he blocked it. And then you got your boy LaShawn McCoy. What'd he say? LaShawn McCoy trolled Robert Griffin III and Ryan Clark. He said quarterballs calling each other quarter. Oh shit. I see that shit. I was weak, yo. I was weak. And, I mean, I don't watch the RG3 show neither. I don't really be, vibe with it too much. But one thing I do know, he always got his little woman in the back. She be asking all the questions. She's part of the show. So when he slid her in and said she noticed something, she's always back there. She's always back there even asking him the questions. You know what I mean? So she like his bounce off. You know what I mean? And that's how they got to set it up. That's how they want to do it. But he wasn't like throwing this girl in there just for that incident. She be back there a lot. And obviously she watched games with him because he said she noticed the little foul before that. Because at first, I ain't see the little foul before that neither. I mean, you seen it, but you didn't see it because everybody told you to pay attention to Caitlin Clark. Then when you see it the second time, you're like, oh, okay, that happened, then that happened. Boop. Damn, oh, shit. So, I don't know, man. This beef didn't have to happen. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cool. I just hate to see, two cats feuding for real. You know what I mean? Both of them need to apologize, shake hands or something. But yeah, shit, they're definitely going down between them two boys, man. The Sean McCoy shit was funny as hell though, bro. Real shit. Real shit. Alright, let me tell you something else. I want to know if it's real shit or not, man. Switching it up, man. I'm done with Ryan Clark. Switching it up. I want to know if it's real or not. This Shedeur Sanders training camp shit, mini camp, rookie camp shit is ridiculous. Now, I didn't talk shit on the NFL on 3 or 4 shows in a row how, hey, y'all created this monster, man. When y'all wanted to collude on him, man, and drag him down to them later rounds when you could have picked him earlier and got this over with. If that's what y'all was doing, the collusion, this shit backfiring on y'all, man. Y'all made the boy more famous. They made the boy more famous, but they said he went off in rookie camp. Now, I ain't never, you tell me if you done ever just seen somebody had some stats coming out of minicamp. That ain't the one I'm looking for. Yeah, it has some stats coming out of minicamp. Shedeur Sanders shatters NFL rookie camp records. What are you talking about? Now, I'm sure there's some nerds up there taking stats, but I ain't never heard them talk about nobody's stats. Shedeur Sanders shatters NFL rookie camp records with jaw-dropping 10 touchdowns in 2 days while Family News steals the spotlight. Now, I seen this on a couple. This is some website, M Sports. I've seen this on a couple not channels, but websites. And the reason the bigger websites probably ain't putting it out there because it's a joke, but it still could be true that, 10 touchdowns, what'd they say? In 2 days. Guess no interceptions. They say he threw for 880 yards and he was 60 of 63 on attempts. Sounds ridiculous, yo. I don't know. Along with 10 touchdowns. It's 7 on 7. I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me, man. Y'all kids play 7 on 7. Y'all coach 7 on 7. They be taking stats. I just know Shedeur is that goddamn famous that they taking stats. That they taking stats on the boys' rookie camp. Now, where's the hater stats at, though? If this ain't true, where's the stats? The hater. Because we got a hater out there watching, too. Where's his stats at to say he threw 4 pick sixes and all that shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Where's the hater stats? Like I said, there's a little nerd hater out there too. Where's them stats? I know we seen some little bombs and shit on film. We seen some touchdowns on film. And I'm pretty sure they only got certain times for the media, like any other practices, they gonna make them go away at some point. So I don't know, man. Hey, I thought that was funny as hell. Shedeur with a whole bunch of yards, but they say he's also buried in the depth chart. Right? Buried in the depth chart. He's supposed to be the number 4 receiver right now. They said, I heard Kenny Pickett is the pecking order starter, which I kind of knew. Once they traded for him, I tried to tell everybody. Once they traded for him, I tried to tell everybody that Kenny Pickett's a priority at this point. If you trade for somebody, mustache keep tickling my damn face. If you trade somebody, that makes them a priority because you just gave some shit away for them. Just think about that. I heard a whole bunch of Joe Flacco should start. Well, he'll be the starter. He'll be the best guy. That don't matter if he's the best guy. Why would you have Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders and waste your time with Joe Flacco? Other than being a backup or like the homeland security in case shit just go haywire and the rest of the team is good enough to maybe to make the playoffs or whatever like that. And these dudes just fucking it up. Why would you put old ass Joe Flacco in there instead of putting if you can't find one quarterback out of these 3 dudes, 2 high prospects out of college, and another first round pick over the old man, that's the coaching problem too. Because you should have never brought the guy in if you didn't see something. And you can say that the same thing about the rookies. So you done brought up these 3 dudes in, you done evaluated them, and you can't tell me you can't find one of these motherfuckers to play over Joe Flacco? As a coach, your pride should be too much to even put Joe Flacco in the game because it was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're wasting time. Oh, we're going to get him ready for next year. Hey, now, one of these motherfuckers is ready right now. Kenny Pickett, who I just gave some shit away for. And, you know, he's seasoned. He ain't a great player, but it's my job to elevate him like Sam Darnold or getting back together like Bryce Young getting it together now. Where's that at? So like I said, them saying Kenny Pickett is the number 1 quarterback doesn't surprise me at all. At all. We all know they wasn't going to gift wrap it and give it to Shedeur. Shit, he's a 5th round pick. So he's going to have to earn it. And it makes sense. Big Ben had to come in and earn it. Injury got him up there and he just took it and ran. You know, and then start Patrick Mahomes right away. Cleveland's not a bad team. They got a chance to win with another quarterback. It ain't like you got to throw your draft pick in there just to force feed it. I know people think they're going to be bad, but they're going to be all right. They should be competitive at best. When you 0-0, you should be thinking, I got a chance. And with the roster they got, like I was talking about Myles Garrett already. He's one of the best players in there. You got one of the best players in the league on your team, you should always have a chance. TJ Watt's one of the best players in the league, and the Steelers always got a chance. Myles Garrett need to make that happen. He don't be doing that shit. That defense don't be carrying Cleveland. Defense is good, but it don't be, you know, they lose games that the Steelers would have won because of their defense. I'll tell you that. But anyway, Shedeur is last. They got Joe Flacco and, Doug Gabriel actually backing up Kenny Pickett. Then Joe Flacco is the 3rd stringer. And yeah, Shedeur's the 4th stringer. But we'll see. It's rookie camp. Just like the stats is an overreaction. That's probably an overreaction by me. Or just, even giving it the time of day, I guess. Or even giving it the time of day, right? Because Shedeur going to have plenty of time to move up that chart. What y'all think? They going to give him some time? I don't know. But also, his boy, switch it up real quick, Travis Hunter. Call into the show 412-407-2744. I'm always live, man. Travis Hunter. Did you hear about Travis Hunter not running routes? It did look a little ugly, man. It did look a little ugly. And this is with I don't got the film on him running the routes for the Jaguars. Hold up. But I definitely got a reaction from Steve Smith here.
All I was saying is when he sit down, he put his hands backwards with the indicator to the defender that he was going to go right down. So I need to keep both his hands on. All I was saying is when he sit down, he put his hands backwards with the indicator to the defender that he was going to go right down. So I need to keep both his hands on. But he'll learn as he hones in on his craft more and more in the league and fall. That's why he most likely will have to play one position primarily so that he can master his craft. Because you never want to be a jack of all trades and master of none. They don't pay masters of none. They pay craftsmen.
Now that's probably good advice from as much as I hate to say it, as much as I keep saying, he should play both sides of the ball, as much as I want to see it. That's probably good advice coming from a Hall of Fame wide receiver. You know what I mean? That's probably good advice. The master's craft, he's saying it, the route running is a little sloppy. He didn't say too much. He didn't bash him. But the routes I seen, the ones he was running from Jacksonville, yeah. They wasn't looking good. He was slipping around. I don't know. A little bit of it looked like the grass. We'll see, man. We'll see. But also on a rookie tip, Aston Genty. First of all, he got his number 2. We all know that. But he had to pay big bucks for it. I want to say it was about 5 figures he had to pay for it. Hold on. Let me find it real quick. Nope, that ain't it. But yeah, Genty, his where's it at? Nope. But anyway, yeah, I don't know exactly how much he paid him, but I think it was, they said 5 or 6 figures for his number. But also, he says he's changing his stance. Now, I seen a quick clip of it the other day, maybe 3 days ago, and I think that's what made this whole news that I'm about to read to you come out. They seen him at practice, and it's not in his normal, you know how he do the little stand-up stance in the backfield, right? So they caught him not doing that at practice, and they threw an image out of there, like it looked like Genty changed his stance. Because he said he wasn't. He was talking to Gruden about it, and he was like, nah, I ain't changing it. Why would I need to change it? I'll explain it to coach or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. That's how I should have pulled that video up. That's what he was saying, right? But, yeah, it says here, the Raiders rookie, Aston Genty, said OC Chip Kelly made him change his backfield stance. Sometimes you gotta, go with the flow. He won for now. I'm going to try to persuade him one day. I got to earn my stripes, make some plays first, but I don't think it's going to be the end. Okay, so yeah. This is a good attitude. This is the good attitude he should have. Just because he got to take the Chip Kelly thing out of it. You know what I'm saying? He's a rookie, and I know what you're thinking. Chip Kelly, I feel you. Chip Kelly done went there already. I'm sure, I mentioned LaShawn McCoy earlier. I'm sure LaShawn McCoy is going to have something to say about this. Because he always talks about how Chip Kelly had to try to put them in, tell them what to do, or don't wear them socks, or don't wear it like this, or, and got a lot of people off the team. So, yeah, Chip Kelly got a history of just trying to tell you what to do. And a lot of players didn't like it, but I think Genty took the high road for now. He's a rookie. Like I said, you got to take the high road and go with it. And I'm sure once he start doing this thing, he going to do his thing. But right now, he ain't going to argue about it. He going to be a team player. It's rookie camp. Like he said, just go with the flow. He said it perfectly. Sometimes you got to, go with the flow. He won for now. I'm going to try to persuade him one day. So he's already saying, I'm going to persuade him with my play. Let me get a couple 100-yard games. Let me be halfway through the season looking like the rookie of the year. And I'm going to do what I do. But yeah, that's it on Genty. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's your boy Filthy Rich, man, the host. Hey, look, I just want to say I appreciate all the support I be getting from the people that definitely support me on the regular, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all, man. Like I said, don't be shy calling to the show, 412-407-2744. Hey, we're going to go back and forth. And when football season starts, it's definitely on. It's definitely on. Be on Sundays before the games, you know what I'm saying? After Thursday night games, shit like that. And I'll be covering all the games. It ain't just Steelers around here at all. This was whatever in the sports period. Like we said, we had some NBA earlier. Tomorrow, what we got? We got the Knicks and the Pacers. Got the Knicks and the Pacers, the classic game right there, man. Like, Halliburton, who wants it more? Jalen Brunson. Can the East win the championship? Can the Knicks win the championship? Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that tomorrow. Definitely going to be paying attention to the East more than the West for whatever reason. Like, it's just, tonight, if we keep going like that, it ain't going to be right for the Wolves. But I could definitely see a Game 7 going on over there in on the East in New York. New York got home court advantage too. It's going down in New York. It's definitely going down. But yeah, man, hey, I'll probably see y'all next, towards the weekend sometime. Let the news build up. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, support the channel. I appreciate y'all. It's your boy Filthy Rich. We out of here on this one, baby.
You're listening to a Robin Banks Productions, baby.
Yeah, it's the underground. It's the underground. It's the underground. It's the underground. You better pass. You better run. And that's your ass. Boy, you done. It's the underground. It's the underground. Yeah, it's the underground. It's the underground. You better pass. You better run. And that's your ass. Boy, you done. Move the sticks. First down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the balls, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done.